What's happening in Nigeria isn't a series of isolated attacks. It's a repeating security failure marked by empty villages, rising abductions, and civilian deaths that are rarely counted, let alone confronted. And while Nigerians are quietly counting the dead, US lawmakers landed in Nigeria to investigate what some are now calling a genocide. But here's the real question no one is asking loudly enough. Is the world finally stepping in to stop the killings in Nigeria? Or is Nigeria becoming the next chessboard game in a dangerous global power play? Because as Washington investigates, Paris is circling, and the leaked documents suggest President Tinubu may be preparing to restructure Nigeria itself. This story is bigger than violence. It's about power, sovereignty, and Nigeria's future. Welcome to Just the Sherry, where we give commentary that goes where others won't. Let's be absolutely clear. Nigeria is facing prolonged killing crisis, not isolated incidents. Across the Middle Belt, particularly Benue, Plateau, Southern Kaduna, and surrounding areas, communities are being attacked repeatedly. The pattern is stubbornly consistent. Armed men arrive at night or early morning. Homes are burned. Men are executed. Women are assaulted or kidnapped. Children are abducted or killed. Survivors flee into displacement camps. And when victims speak, they all say the same thing. Security forces often arrive too late or not at all. Arrests are rare. Prosecutions even rarer. This is why so many Nigerians feel abandoned, not just by attackers but by the state itself. Whether the violence is driven by terrorism, banditry, land and grazing conflicts, ethnic rivalries, religious extremism, or climate-driven displacement, one thing is undeniable. Mass killings are happening with near total impunity. And when killers learn that there are no consequences, killing and violence becomes normalized. This is where the debate becomes explosive. Some US lawmakers and advocacy groups argue these attacks amount to a Christian genocide. Nigerian officials and many analysts push back hard, saying the label oversimplifies a complex conflict where Muslims, Christians, and ethnic minorities are all victims. But here is the uncomfortable truth. You don't need to agree on labels to recognize failure. When thousands die, communities get erased, and justice is never served, the system has collapsed, regardless of what you call it.
We have seen that this is a situation where groups that were more ideologically coherent have completely flipped their operations to just, making money out of this practice in order to procure more weapons, secure a better, means of living for themselves. The legitimacy of Nigerian politicians, right, is really low right now. So for a lot of these communities, they do not feel as though government is an honest actor. Government has the resources or the political will or the political wherewithal to protect them. And so in many respects, what a lot of these communities now resort to doing is to pay protection money to the very people who target them, this kidnapping rings, as it were. And so it's an all-round good time, right, for anyone who has a gun and a weapon, unfortunately, in this country and operates on the informal side of things.
This is why a bipartisan US congressional delegation came to Nigeria. Officially, it's a fact-finding mission. Unofficially, it's a strategic assessment. The US wants answers to 3 questions. Is Nigeria still stable enough to anchor West Africa? Can its government actually control the violence? And if not, who fills the vacuum? Because instability in Nigeria doesn't stay in Nigeria. It affects regional security, global terrorism networks, migration flows, energy markets, and Western influence in Africa. Depending on their findings, Nigeria could face diplomatic pressure, visa bans, sanctions, military aid restrictions, or deeper foreign security involvement. This visit wasn't charity, it was leverage.
There is a persecution of Christians in Nigeria. The witnesses have made that clear. We heard the bishop speak I don't know how many times we have to hear it or how many reports of murdered, martyred Christians, my brothers and sisters in Christ in Nigeria, how many times we have to hear that happen to take it seriously. And one of the things that concerns me is that it feels like at times it's echoing an indifference around this, and somehow we're going to develop our way out of it through developmental programs, and this indifference sounds like echoes of Rwanda to me, where we did nothing on that.
As U.S. scrutiny increases, Nigeria has also been engaged in France for security cooperation, and that is raising red flags. France's history in West Africa is deeply controversial. Long-term military presence, heavy intelligence influence, political leverage over governments, growing public backlash in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. Critics fear Nigeria could trade short-term military help for long-term dependency. Once foreign intelligence systems, security contracts, and military coordination become deeply embedded, sovereignty becomes negotiable. And Nigeria is far too important to become another experimental theater for foreign powers. Now here's where the story makes a dramatic turn. A leaked document circulating quietly among political and policy circles claims President Bola Tinubu is considering a move towards full federalism in Nigeria. Let's be careful here. This has not been officially confirmed, but it is being taken seriously enough to spark debate behind closed doors. So what would federalism actually mean? True federalism would involve states controlling more of their resources, greater fiscal autonomy, reduced dependence on Abuja, stronger local security governance, less centralized power. Supporters argue this could reduce ethnic tension, improve accountability, allow states to address security locally, weaken the incentive for violent competition over federal power. Now let me make it very clear. I actually support true federalism in Nigeria. It is very evident and obvious that the status quo has failed. Nigeria is a big country with different ethnic groups. Those ethnic groups need specific needs that cannot be met at a high-level centralized system of government. It needs to be set into a situation where the different states are able to prioritize and provide what is needed at state level. It has been like this for many other countries as well. Nigeria is not the only country that needs that kind of a system. But if we look at other countries that have applied such systems, we see that it has worked. So yes, I do support true federalism in Nigeria. Let's connect all this. Rising killings weaken the state. Foreign powers step in. Alliances shift. Pressure mounts. And restructuring suddenly becomes necessary.